Hi, I'm Ian from LRCC. Today is story time. Once upon a time there was a man called Abram. Back in the day when Abram lived, the people in his village believed in many different gods. Then one day Abram heard a god speak to him. This was unusual. He'd believed in many gods for a long time, but never had one spoken to him before. Now it's important to know that they believed that gods lived in any particular place, maybe a tree stump, maybe a pot or a figurine. Now this god spoke to Abram and told him to go on a journey, a very long journey, away from the village. I wonder if Abram thought he might have offended this particular god so much that he was being warned away and told to go. Some time later, Abram was many miles away on his journey. He sat down for a rest in the shade under a tree, and he heard the same God talk to him again. Now, this was very much not what was expected. After all, weren't gods supposed to stay in one place? Yet still it was the same God that spoke to him before, and the voice encouraged him and helped him move on to the next place. As Abram travelled, he kept finding the same God wherever he went. And that is the story of how Abram came to know that God is not tied down into one place, nor is God limited to where he can be and where he can't be. No matter where we go, God is everywhere. He's always there before us and after us. It didn't matter where Abram went, he would never be alone again. Now the God of Abram is the same God we believe in today. I know that no matter where I go, God is always with me. Does that mean I never get lonely? No, I'm afraid not. There are times when I'm separated from my family and my friends, and I can feel very much alone. Sometimes I can be in a huge crowd and still feel very alone. But I know that I can always trust that God is there. He's there before me, he's there with me, and he's there after I've gone. Now, sometimes if someone close to us dies, then we feel a terrible sense of loss, a huge hole in our life. Knowing God is there no more fills that gap than if we were to lose a brother and we know that our sister is still there and we comfort each other, but we don't fill the gap that was left by that person. We grieve, we feel terrible pain. But I believe in our God who will come alongside us and comfort us. He'll empower us. He'll prompt other Christians to come alongside us and to be there when we need them. See, God has promised that for everyone who trusts in him, that he will never leave you and he will never let you down. In the same way as a trusted friend, you can always rely on. God is even more reliable than that. We'd love to talk more with you about what it means to get to know God. It sounds strange, but just like Abram, you could start having a two-way conversation with God. It's not madness, it's not weird, it's just a conversation that God wants to start having with anyone who will listen. I can't tell you where that conversation might lead. Abram, he left home, went on a massive journey. For myself and Julie, my wife, we're starting LRCC. I have no idea what that conversation might be for you, but I do know that if you start it, you will always be able to rely on God anytime, anywhere. You never need to be alone again.